Good morning, everyone. So, I'm back in Japan and work on the 8.6 can finally start. You have seen in the last video how rusty the trunk area is, so I will start with that one. My welder is not yet ready, so unfortunately in today's video I will not be able to weld in any sheet metal. But what I want to do right now is I want to prepare everything so that by the time the welder is ready, things can move really fast. So I plan to take out the interior, at least the rear part of the interior, so that I can access all the metal and body without problems. Let's get started.
Hey.
So the interior of the Hachiroku is removed. I removed the rear bench, the passenger seat, and also the interior panels around the rear glass. All that's left to do, I need to remove the rear window and the rubber seal holding it in place. Once that is done, I can start welding on the trunk area. This disassembly process I also recorded on camera, but I used the wrong mode. So unless you're a big fan of slow motion disassembly videos, and there's not much I can show you, except this nice footage here of dust falling in place. Anyway, you did not miss much. The only interesting thing that I've seen here was a mice nest underneath the rear seat bench, where at some point, a mice made her home there. Disgusting a bit. I cleaned it up, don't worry. This time I also used gloves. A bit gross, honestly. There's one more thing I want to ask your opinion. So you have seen this really nice bright bucket seat. It looks super cool, I love it. But I'm 2 meters tall, I don't fit in, and with this bucket seat installed, I cannot drive this car. So consequently, it has to go. I plan on putting back the original factory seat, because I know that I can fit into these. But that makes me wonder what to do with the cage. Like, I think it looks really cool, but a cage and a bucket seat belong together, in my opinion. Like, you cannot have one without the other. If you remove like one of them off the equation, then the other part cannot really fulfill its safety purpose. So yeah, honestly, I'm thinking of removing the cage as well, because also I'm wondering what happens in case of an accident. Being so tall, I'll probably slam my head against the cage, and that would probably be game over for me. So yeah, I'll probably remove it. But what do you think? Do you think I should keep it or remove it? Or maybe you have a good idea how I can keep this bucket seat. Let me know and write your opinion down in the comments below. Okay, we're making great progress. The workshop is now ready to be used, and right here in front of me I have the first patient, the Bootlid of my AE86. As you can see, it's very rusty and every sane person would just throw it away and replace it with a better one. However, then you have problems with like mismatched paint, and that's why I want to keep this Bootlid. If you think about it, actually it still looks reasonably okay. The only problem I have with it is because of the rust holes on the bottom, water gets into the trunk area causing corrosion. This is something I want to stop, the rest I don't really care. So what I'm gonna do is I'll do the bare minimum to make this trunk lid usable, watertight, so that it can be used, and leave the rest as it is. If you look here at the outer sheet of metal, you can see there are lots of small rust bubbles forming. And these are actually coming from the inside. The rust starts at the inside of the Bootlid and then eats its way towards the outside. Which means if you see it like right now start to appearing on the outside, it's too late to save it. Now let's have a closer look at the rust spots over here. This outermost one, I think this looks ugly. Ooh. But I don't think it's a big problem because the sealing of the trunk is basically down here. So if this metal down here is a bit worn, it's not a big problem. Further down, now here it gets problematic. You can see here is this line where the rubber seal is. So if I don't fix this area, water will seep through here and then reach the inside. So to sum it up, this one I'm not gonna fix. This one maybe some superficial derusting. This one I weld. This one I will weld. And this one I'm probably also gonna weld. And this one I'll just leave as it is. Okay, let's get started. Okay, well, for now that's all I have for this week. But let me show you what's gonna happen next. Behind me you can see that I have received my new welder, my new second-hand welder. It needs a bit of work. As you can see, this wire here is very rusty. Also, it requires a 200 volt outlet, which I don't have at the moment. I need to upgrade the circuit breakers of the house to make that possible. And hopefully by the time the next video is ready, all these problems will have been solved and I will be able to start doing actual welding work. And just to show you what I plan to do next, right over here I have the front crossmember, the lower radiator support. Like as you have seen in the last video, the one on my car is like really rusty. This is where the radiator goes, so these little two holes. And I'm just going to replace the entire crossmember. This is not an original Toyota part, this is like from another manufacturer, but it's made specifically for the A86. It looks like pretty good quality, so hopefully it fits well. Besides that, yeah, the usual maintenance parts. I bought new radiator hoses, a water pump, timing belt, just to replace the usual things that wear out. And yeah, hopefully next video we can start installing some of these. For now, thanks for watching, thanks for coming back, and yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, bye bye.